All right, on to a person of interest. Today we honor a hero who's redefined close combat. Meet the Honorary Major Deepak Rao, a civilian-turned-commando trainer, celebrated for developing innovative techniques that empower India's brave hearts. Now, what happened? Now, in 2011, Major Rao received a unique honor for his 20 years contribution to modernizing close quarter battle. His expertise led to the Indian Army adopting some of his methods.
Right, so a little bit of us taking you back into history. Post the Galwan Valley skirmish, the army created its indigenous martial art, AMAR, A-M-A-R, the Army Martial Arts Routine. And in 2023, Major Rao was actually invited to enhance Amar's entire curriculum. So he was invited to suggest any improvements. At 60, he achieved a milestone. He added specialized termination techniques to Amar. We'll talk a little bit more about that. He also has a book, Strike to Kill, that reveals exactly these strategies. Major Rao joins us. He's going to be sharing his incredible journey with us. He's sharing the secrets behind what he thinks are Amar's efficiencies. Let's go over to him to understand a little bit more. Major, good morning. Thank you for joining us right here on CNN News 18. It's so lovely to see you bright and early. You were given this honor. We just told our audiences it's a unique honor. Very few civilians have been given it. You were given it in 2011. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And can you also tell us, we're telling our audiences you developed this unique form of combat. Tell us a little bit more about it.
See, in 2011, I was given honorary commission into the Indian Army TA, the Para Regiment TA Battalion, along with the MS Dhoni and along with Abhinav Bindra. I was given this honor because I helped in modernization of close quarter battle for the Indian Army, and I spent almost 2 decades of my life helping modernize close quarter battle. My contribution was that of helping reflex shooting. You know, during World War II and all other wars, the enemy is at a distance of 300 yards or more. Now, we are used to, aiming your rifle, aligning foresight and hindsight, and then taking a shot. You see, but at close quarter battle is a battle within 30 yards. The enemy is face to face right there in front of you. So there we require newer methods of aiming. We require to bring the rifle down quickly and shoot off without, too much time on protracted aiming. And we need to develop methods of fighting at close quarters. That is, tactics and sentry termination and many other things. So I spent 2 decades of my life helping bring this modernization. And that is the reason why I was given this honor.
All right. Sir, also, Amar was, from what we've read up, a form of martial arts introduced to the army, right, a few years ago. And you were not part of the development process, but you did review it later. What more can you tell us about Amar?
Yeah, you're right. I was not part of development of Amar. And all that I would be telling you would be based on, general knowledge rather than making a statement on behalf of the armed forces. You see, the Galwan Valley skirmish, that is when Indian forces and Chinese forces came nose to nose, where they indulged in hand-to-hand combat. And one commanding officer and 20 troops lost their lives in hand-to-hand battle, where there were no firearms. When this skirmish occurred, there was a strong need felt to develop our own martial art routine, to dedicate certain amount of training time to unarmed combat. And the army then, decided to do this. And I guess at AIPT, that is Army Institute of Physical Training, you see various martial artists were brought, and there was a board of senior officials who sat down and took the absorbed useful techniques and helped in making Amar, that is Army Martial Arts Routine. This Army Martial Arts Routine was announced by the Chief of Army Staff as a runner-up for Army Day in January 2023. So this is what we all know. And finally in Jan 2023, the Indian Army had its own martial arts routine, which I think is really a commendable effort.
So, if we could ask you, Major Rao, as we told our audiences a little earlier, and as you've just said, you were invited to come in to review what Amar is and to suggest improvements. Can you tell us a little bit about what you thought when you came in to review it, but also tell us what you suggested finally?
Yes, like I said, I had a meeting with the Chief of Army Staff, General Manoj Pandey, about Amar after it was, developed and introduced. And he suggested that I go and review it at AIPT and suggest improvements. So Amar was, according to my report, Amar was an excellent system which was devised, state of the art. And there weren't many improvements that I could suggest to it other than adding terminations. Like I wanted, Amar to focus more on terminations, art of killing. And I gave certain, suggestions. I gave list of techniques which could be used to silence.
Right. So interesting there, but sir, one can't, get past the fact that you are 60. You've had a lifelong commitment for physical fitness as well, is what we hear. What would you, and in fact, how did you sort of begin on this journey?
Well, I've always been interested in one physical fitness, and I've always been interested in, in Indian Army. So I spent my life blending these two interests, and I acquired expertise in close quarter battle by traveling to various countries. And then I made it the quest of my life to bring about those innovations into the Indian Armed Forces. You would visit, various forces. I would visit the paramilitary. I would visit the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, and Indian Navy, especially commando units. And I would spread, my technical skills and my knowledge about close quarter battle without compensation. So I spent about 20 years of my life just doing that. Right from till 47 years of age, I would be moving around place to place, just helping modernization. The army headquarters, got heard about me, and then they decided to felicitate me with the rank. So physical fitness is extremely important part of my life.
Let's just tell our audiences, if you want to read more about the particular form of combat that Major Rao has developed, more about his techniques, he does have a book out, Strike to Kill, where you can read more about it. But Major Rao, before we let you go, one last little piece of advice we'll ask you to give our audiences. Behind all of this physicality, it's very clear that there's great mental resilience. What's your secret to developing mental resilience?
Now, I'll answer this in two parts. First, what is discipline? Discipline is training your body by exercise, eating well, sleeping well, following diurnal rhythms. You wake up with sunrise and you retire after the sun sets, and not the other way around. Not that you sit watching TV, not that you sit on your mobile phone as soon as you get up. So following light rhythms and meditating. I have a very simple mantra for you. Tesla, T is training, E is eating well, S is getting your 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep, L is proper light exposure. You get up in the morning, expose yourself to sunrise, and after sunset, you make sure that you put down your mobile phone, your laptop, your movies, your TV aside. And A is for Om. You see that you contemplate, you meditate, and you get better mental health. So my mantra for discipline is Tesla. As far as martial arts is concerned, see, the martial arts ideology is very simple. The martial artist thinks everything in life is a fight. Everything in life is a fight. And therefore, there is always a way out. And you just have to be patient, and you just have to keep exploring till you find that way. So everything in life is a battle, and you have to fight it out, till you emerge either victorious or till you learn from your defeat. So that is the basic martial arts ideology which can be used by almost anybody out there in society.